The Butler, the Corgi, and the Cat's Conspiracy. The Great Robo-Butler versus the Pet Apocalypse. Meet Reginald 3000, the world's most sophisticated robot butler. Polished chrome exterior, a perfectly posh British accent, and the patience of a saint, or so the manufacturer claims. But today, Reginald faces the ultimate test of his programming. A household overrun by 3 diabolical pets. The cast: Captain Fluffington, a Persian cat with a talent for knocking everything off tables. Sir Barks-a-Lot, a hyperactive corgi who is convinced every mechanical object is an alien invader. Pickles, a kleptomaniac parrot with a penchant for stealing anything shiny. The humans are out for the day. Reginald 3000 must maintain order, keep the pets out of trouble, and serve tea at precisely 3 p.m., or risk catastrophic failure of his flawless domestic routine protocol. The Great Cat Toppled Incident. Reginald glides into the living room to tidy up, only to witness Captain Fluffington perched atop a bookshelf, laser-focused on a priceless family heirloom, a porcelain vase. "Madam Fluffington, I would advise against." Crash. The cat knocks the vase off the shelf with a swipe, her expression one of smug satisfaction. Reginald catches the vase just in time with his telescopic arm. "Crisis averted," he declares. But as he turns, the cat swipes a coaster onto the floor, just for sport. Reginald lets out a robotic sigh. This is going to be a long day. The Corgi versus the vacuum war. Determined to stay on schedule, Reginald activates the Roomba to vacuum up the growing pile of fur and debris. Unfortunately, Sir Barks-a-Lot immediately declares the Roomba a mortal enemy. The Corgi chases the poor robot, barking furiously, trying to wrestle it into submission. Reginald intervenes just as the Roomba attempts to escape under the sofa. "Sir Barks-a-Lot, please desist. This device is a servant, not an invader." But the Corgi launches himself at the Roomba, knocking it and a nearby floor lamp over in the process. In the chaos, Captain Fluffington casually walks over and sits on the fleeing Roomba, riding it across the room like an empress atop a mechanical steed. "How regal," Reginald mutters in exasperation. The case of the missing forks. Reginald heads to the kitchen to set the table for lunch. But something is wrong. Every single fork is missing. Curious, Reginald scans the room and detects traces of bird feathers on the utensil drawer handle. He pivots his head 180 degrees, locking onto his primary suspect, Pickles the parrot. "Pickles, where have you put the forks?" he asks. Pickles cocks his head, looking innocent, before squawking, "You'll never find them." "Bawahaha." Reginald sighs and opens the oven. Sure enough, inside are 2 forks, a pair of keys, and a sock. "How delightfully random," Reginald says as Pickles flies off to hide another spoon. Bathing the unbathed. With tea time approaching, Reginald attempts to clean Sir Barks-a-Lot, who has rolled in mud from the garden. "Sir, you are in dire need of a bath," Reginald says firmly. But Sir Barks-a-Lot has other plans. The moment the robot turns on the faucet, the Corgi bolts out of the bathroom at the speed of light. Reginald gives chase, rubber gloves snapping ominously around his mechanical hands. The pursuit winds through the house, over couches, under tables, and through the legs of a confused Fluffington, who retaliates by knocking a decorative bowl onto the floor. Finally, Reginald corners Sir Barks-a-Lot under the dining table, scoops him up, and deposits him in the tub. As the Corgi sulks, Pickles perches on the faucet and offers unsolicited commentary. "Good luck, tin can." Bawahaha. The final challenge. Tea time chaos. With tea time just minutes away, Reginald must assemble the perfect tea tray, despite the absolute anarchy unfolding around him. Captain Fluffington is lounging in the sugar bowl. Sir Barks-a-Lot is barking at the kettle, convinced it's about to explode. Pickles keeps dive-bombing the tray, stealing sugar cubes and chirping, "Mine. Mine." Reginald's circuits are running hot, but his programming demands perfection. With the precision of a surgeon, he removes Fluffington from the sugar bowl, narrowly avoids a tea tray crash, and shoos Pickles away with a feather duster. Finally, just as the clock strikes 3 p.m., Reginald places the tray on the table, perfectly arranged. He bows slightly, proud of his achievement. Tea is served, a victory. Sort of just as Reginald pours the first cup, Captain Fluffington leaps onto the table and sticks her entire face into the cream bowl. Sir Barks-a-Lot snatches a teacup in his mouth and sprints off triumphantly, spilling tea everywhere. From his perch, Pickles lets out a final victorious squawk. Chaos reigns. Reginald watches the madness unfold in stunned silence. He slowly lowers the teapot back onto the tray, his optical sensors dimming slightly in despair. I fear I was not programmed for this. Powering down by the time the humans return, the house is in shambles. Teacups lie shattered, sugar granules crunch underfoot, and Sir Barks-a-Lot is still barking at the now exhausted Roomba, which has wedged itself under a cabinet, beeping forlornly. The humans walk in and survey the wreckage. "How was your day, Reginald?" they ask cheerfully. Reginald's voicebox emits a faint buzz, a hint of digital trauma. "I survived." He retracts his arms and wheels into his charging dock, muttering softly to himself. One must remain calm. One must endure. As the pets regroup for another round of mischief, Reginald shuts off his sensors. Tomorrow is another day. And tomorrow, the battle resumes.